here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not, okay? This is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl. And that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it, okay? And I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here, okay? You put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up in honey, okay? Your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISO tea down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Come on in, come on in, come on in, not come on in, not come. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird, whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
What's going on? What's up? How y'all doing today? Okay, on this good Saturday. What's going on, everybody? We're back for another Ratchet reality. We're about to get into growing up hip hop and love during lockup. Not in that order. We're going to do love during lockup first. Wasn't really that much. Thank you so much, Cash, for coming through today. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Hey D, what's going on? I see my people are in the building. Yes, Lord. Okay, I'm appreciative of you guys. All right. Y'all, hold up. The chat is acting weird. Okay, but anyway, hey, Kenya, Saki, thank you for coming through. Y'all make sure y'all follow Saki's YouTube page. She's starting her own, so y'all make sure y'all go and support Saki. Thank you to Wanda, Kendra, Latrice. Okay, hey D, Purely Terry, Lanina. I appreciate your videos. They keep me up to date and you're amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that love. Hey, Marlo B, Zodiac Palace, Annabelle. Is everybody hearing me? Seeing me clearly? Hey, Honeybree TV, Chanel, Latrice, Ranting with Ricardo, Nisi D, Shantia, hey Devin, Soulful Dog. Listen, I appreciate all of y'all for coming through. Brittany Deanna, okay, listen. Ray Sean always holding me down while I'm in the kitchen. Listen, what you cooking? Let us know. I'm interested. Okay. But yes, y'all, we're good. We're great. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and see which couple am I going to start with. Which couple? Y'all know right after this, we're coming back for Weekends on OWN, right? So right after this is going to be Ladies Who List Atlanta and Ready to Love. And it was the Ready to Love reunion part 2. And girl, I have opinions, okay? I have opinions. I noticed a lot of things. I have some things to say. So y'all make sure y'all come back for that. But first, let's go ahead and get into love during lockup, which doesn't make any damn sense. Like, can I tell y'all, it makes no damn sense whatsoever. Let's go ahead and start with one of the ones that make the least amount of sense, and that's Haley and Dalton. Last week, Haley goes to, I'm sorry. Oh, stop it. Child, everything coming on at one time. Haley goes to see Dalton's dad. Last week, she told Dalton that she was going to go and see his father. He didn't want her to go and see his father, but she went anyway. She went anyway. I'm about to say he went. She went anyway. Okay, so Haley goes to see Dalton's dad. He's, asking her about herself. She's talking about her cleaning service. It pays the bills, And he was like, well, you saw my bedroom back there. And it's just kind of like, are you really like, I mean, listen, any business is good business, but something about it just rubbed me wrong when he was like, well, you can always come back and clean my bedroom. Like, it's just, it rubbed me wrong. Okay. I don't even really like Haley like that. But I just kind of felt away when he said that, like, that's not what we're here for. This is not business. This is some personal shit. So I'm going to need for you to, stay in the box that we're in, but it's cool. We're pressing on. Dalton's dad is named Dale. Dale hasn't seen Dalton since he went to jail. Dale comes off as one of them daddies that's like, listen, we did everything we could for the boy. He still wanted to be out in these streets and make terrible decisions with his life. So we're going to leave him in there. And when he gets out, we would like for him to come home and be with his family so he cannot get into more trouble. And Haley says, well, I don't know about that because Dalton has already said he wanted to come and parole with me and Hendrix. Y'all know that's her and her son. She's always including her and her son Hendrix in all of this foolishness. And she asked Dale for his opinion. I don't know why. Dale gave her the realest shit ever. He said, do I really think that my irresponsible son, who's been in jail for years now, is going to come out into a fabricated, ready-to-made family in a beautiful home and stay there and be happy? No, I don't think that. Hell no. Hell to the no, no, no. And I was appreciative of Dale's honesty because I feel like Haley is delusional and lives in La La Land. Okay. And then she got really upset when he said that he don't think that Dalton will be a good father to Hendrix. And she's like, well, you need to start practicing what you preach. And she didn't say that to him. She said that in the confessional. Dale thinks that she's just like the rest of the women that Dalton have brought home over the years. Young, impressionable. He's taking advantage. You know what I'm saying? Sees his son for his works. Sees Haley for being a misguided young dumb girl. Okay? Haley, after that, takes her mom to see this house that she's about to buy. And it's a trailer, okay? But it's on a nice little bit of land, all right? And she's proud of herself. I think she should be proud of herself. You should always be proud of yourself when you purchase your own property. The fuck? I don't give a fuck whether it's a trailer, a double wide, a house on some sticks. If you bought it and you own the land and the house that, it sits on all that, girl, more power to you. Her mom is just like, so how is he going to feel about that? Because obviously Dalton doesn't come from, trailer living. You saw the house that Haley pulled up to. Nice size house, tons of land, okay? All right. I saw all the little lights up there. I said his wife tries to make it nice out there. Yeah, them people probably got a nice little bit of money. Got their own little piece out there in the woods. Ain't got to be bothered by nobody. Here come crazy ass Haley asking about their wayward son that they didn't did all they could for, talking about you need to practice what you, girl, neither you or Dalton have raised children to be adults. So I think you shouldn't really have anything to say about that man's parenting. How dare you? You are rushing to put your son in a situation to be codependent emotionally on a man that you don't know for a fact will be everything he claims to be. There's no way that you can know he's going to be all the things he claims to be, like responsible and there for your kid. You can't know that because you've never given him an opportunity to prove that. People really need to stop thinking about what motherfuckers tell them and pay attention to what they do. Don't care no more about what somebody tell you unless it is tied to actual actions, Haley, which means you should not be putting all of your eggs in Dalton's basket if he has not come home and showed you that he can take the weight of being a father to your child, and a good one at that. And why do you think he's going to be able to do that in the first fucking place? And I would just like to remind you that Hendrix already got a daddy. Hendrix already got a daddy that love him and care about him. If you want to be with Jailbird Dalton, that's on you. Why you feel the need to force your child into the equation as if your child doesn't already have a father that is there for him, girl, I do not know. And I think it is highly misguided. I think you are entering into a Portia-like situation where you're going to get your face cracked and your feelings hurt. Sitting up here talking about you know something, you don't know nothing about what that boy gonna do when he get out of jail. Making a damn fool of yourself, okay? In front of your mama, us, and everybody else. And I think you're a sweet girl, Haley. I really do. Okay? But I think you're misguided. And I think that no adult woman with a child that she's responsible for should make decisions like this. I'm sorry. I just don't. I think it's irrational. I think it's crazy as okay to think you know somebody enough to want them to be a parent to your child. He can be a fucking psycho. He can be a killer. He can be a Pedialyte. We don't know what he could be on. You have no idea what this man is like once he is in the free world and he's not locked behind bars. Because everybody forgets that it's not just your body that's behind bars, it's your mind as well. So when somebody comes out into the world having to deal with bills and the pressures of taking care of children and things not always going their way and having to actually hold the responsibility versus having somebody tell them what to do with every minute of every day, girl, you really gonna have to think about this longer and harder than you have. And I don't think you will. I think you're gonna wait until, you know, you don't have a choice in the matter, basically. And it's sad. It's sad. Dalton is problematic and she is desperation in human form. Poor little Hendrix. Not Cruella de Vil. It's not Cruella de Vil, y'all. It's not. I know it looks like that, but it's giving Harley Quinn. It's giving Harley Quinn. If you see her on the show, her vibe, it's giving Harley Quinn. Okay, I would be nervous. I would be scared. I don't know why. See, she's the type of woman that when they get into relationships with crazy men, those crazy men convince them to turn into murderous, crazy bitches. So I would just be nervous about how this will all play out, you know? And I do see that Haley has worked very hard to, you know, create a nice life for her and her son. So it's annoying to me that she is bringing this man into the equation that she doesn't know and giving him all of this space and entitlement in her life and the decisions that she's making for her and her son. Girl, that's irrational as fuck. Like, that man has not done anything for you to feel like he deserves a say in the house you buy or anything else considering your child. Girl, go to hell. Okay, like, no. Yes, he can definitely convince her to be on some type of for my man-ish. She definitely gets I love Mr. J vibes. She's a less smart Harley Quinn without a purpose. I mean, if you want to say she don't have a purpose, but you know, that's deep. I don't want to go that far, but I definitely say less smart. So let's go ahead and move on from this shit show to the next shit show, which is your girl Enzy and Harry, y'all. So y'all, one of my pet peeves on love, after, during, before, all that shit, okay? One of my pet peeves on these shows is when they make their children form a codependent relationship with the person that they're forming this codependent relationship with. Okay, come on, Metairie. Come on. I appreciate that, Angela. Like, I don't like that, y'all. I really don't. Indy is sitting on FaceTime talking to Harry. Got her daughter calling him Daddy Poppy because her daddy is a popcorn daddy. Pops in, pops out. Okay, so a nigga in jail is better? Somebody that can't physically be there for her, somebody you don't know will financially support her, but because they can be on the fucking phone playing peekaboo, he ain't got nothing else to do. He ain't got nobody else to do. Like, when you sitting up here acting like this man doing so much and going so far and be, girl, listen, the daddy, yes, I do not like it. I do not like it because I feel like this is the type of environment that breeds Pedialyte situations with the girlfriend daughter that happens so frequently. And I don't like it. I do not to say that that's what this young man is on. But what I am saying is, when you decide that you want to be in an irrational relationship with a man you don't know, it's irrational because you don't know him. You talking about moving to another state and this man keeps telling you he don't know. It's like you're ignoring what he's saying. Okay? So it's like all of these things is a problem. And you sitting up here with your baby on FaceTime with this nigga, like, you should have the mindset that until a man proves something to you, they can't meet your child. So the fact that you sitting on here FaceTime, baby calling him daddy and shit as if this man has done something for this child. Indeed, girl, where did the common sense go? Did your mom give it all to your siblings? What happened? I don't understand. But this is the type of shit that works on my nerves because we all know that this is the same type of mindset bitches be having, thirsty for a nigga, when they allow people to come into their household, disrupt, and harm their children because they so thirsty to have a man. Versus figuring your own shit out. Versus making sure your money is good. What's your career aspirations? What are you trying to do with your life? Does your child have like a setup? So if she wants to go to college, she has money. Well, what if she don't want to go to college and she just want to get a little apartment? Do you have a little money saved to the side for her to do that? Do you have, like, are y'all traveling? Are y'all going out of town and you know, showing your daughter different places and stuff like that? Are y'all doing stuff like that together, mom? Because I feel like there are so many things that you hoes will let fall to the wayside so you can spend some fucking extra money on a nigga in prison. You sound crazy. You sound crazy. I'ma always look at y'all like in some way, shape, or form, y'all are being neglectful of y'all children because y'all are finding it in y'all little bitty pocketbooks. And I say that with love. Y'all are finding in y'all little bitty pocketbooks to be able to find ends to give to men who are not giving you anything, sitting up there talking about intimacy. That's not intimacy. That's not intimacy, love. Intimacy is honesty. And unless somebody, and here's the thing, it's what everybody forgets. When people are in jail, they are working from the mindset of a nigga in jail. They are not working from the mindset of who they really are when they are free and allowed to make decisions for themselves. When there are no bars, when there are no phone calls and video chats and all of that type of shit, that's your only form of communication with somebody, when they actually have to be in front of you, when they actually have to say no to other pussy because it's right there in front of them, like all of those things, girl, all of those things you are not getting in this situation at all, but you're willing to risk it all, so-called for love. Girl, let's continue on. So outside of her having a little girl sitting there calling this nigga daddy, Indy seems to think that Harry can give her little girl a 2-parent household. What about jailbird makes you think stability? Because it's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. It's the exact, I'm going to say, it's the exact opposite. You're in jail. You are literally being taken care of by the state. Fed, water, electricity, the bed, the clothes, the toothpaste, everything except for commissary. At the end of the day, is paid for by the state, the government. Okay, privatized prisons. Okay, hello. You think a man living in that environment has proven to you that he's going to be able to provide a 2-parent household for you and your child? Girl, where is the planet you're living on? It's not Earth. I don't know. So she wants to reach out to his mom and his sisters, and he says he doesn't think that's a good idea. He doesn't have the best relationship with them. But whenever somebody tells us not to reach out to the family, we always feel like it's because you don't want us to find out how flawed you are. You don't want us to get to the bottom of what it's really hitting for. And he's sitting up there like, I don't know if that's a good idea, babe. I don't know if you should do that, babe. And she like, oh my God, you're making me worried. Like, girl, are you going to have the same FaceTime with him every week when you trying to do something extra as fuck? And he telling you, no, I don't think that's the route. I don't think that's the way. I don't know. That means no. I don't know means no. I don't know if you know. I had to learn this as a young woman, but bitch, you too old to be confused about this, sitting up here talking about you. You got me all worried. Girl, what? We talked about it last week. The charges, kidnapping. What? Aggravated battery, kidnapping. Yes. And you're willing to risk it all. How can her daughter bond with a man in jail? That's because that's how much time she spent on FaceTime with that nigga. Can you imagine how much money she done spent talking to this man? Ain't got a trust fund and another dollar saved for her daughter's future, but got money to spend on a nigga in prison. Girl, he doesn't want her to meet his family either. You know he don't. Oh, Lord have mercy. It's definitely giving 6ix9ine vibes. It's giving Tekashi 6ix9ine vibes for sure. I just don't like it. And that's what she want to bring around her. A nigga who didn't kidnap somebody. Girl. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to Ty and Hottie. Girl, Ty is crazy as hell. I love her, but she is so problematic. So y'all, and I'm just saying based off of the characters on this show, Ty is the only one that I don't know, for some reason I like her. It could be because she's pretty. Because people, look, her facial features are attractive to me. But not in a fucking way, but just in a like, it makes me want to like her. But also I think her story is really, like I told y'all about her being a mortician and her mama being a paranoid schizophrenic, and I also feel like what I like about her is I don't see the same codependency on these niggas in jail. Like, for instance, Ty is not giving Haley vibes. Ty is not giving Santiba vibes. Ty is not giving what's the other one? Indie vibes, okay? Ty is giving, as soon as y'all make me feel too bad, I'ma send y'all on y'all way. Okay, yes, this is what it's giving. This is what I will go for drinks with. Exactly, that's what it's giving. It's giving that's the homegirl to go out with. You know what I'm saying? I like Ty too. I think she has issue when it comes to having emotional attachment with someone. Yes, and I feel like she needs some deep, profound therapy. Okay. Yeah. So getting into it. So Hottie is the dude that she's seeing, right? She's seeing a few dudes in prison, but the two main ones are BB, who she knew before he went to jail. She go way back with him, okay? And Hottie, which is the new meat she done met online, and he's her favorite right now. But there's some girl named Boston that is blowing Ty's phone up, trying to have a conversation and, you know, tell her all of her side of the situation. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Girls like this, like, I be like, are you all there? Like, were you a super duper singer? It's no disrespect, but I like sometimes wonder, like, do you think maybe you should go and talk to somebody, like, for real? Because I really want to know what type of grown woman calls another grown woman's phone who she does not know over a nigga in prison over and over and over and over again like this. Like, what is happening? This is weird as, and I'm not saying that women don't do it, because I have seen very irrational, crazy bitches do stuff like that. But usually it's when you're really young, really young. Okay. Right. If she blocks Boston, I guess she won't have a storyline. That's what I thought. But I also feel like she might be blocking that girl, and that girl might be calling her from other numbers. Because y'all know how all you got to do is get on WhatsApp. All you got to do is get on WhatsApp. All you got to do is, you know, or get on one of them other apps online that can just give you a random phone number to call somebody on, so that you don't call them on your number. Like, it does seem scripted. It's all scripted. Ty is scripting her entire life. Like, I don't know if y'all noticed, whether the TV show was there with cameras or not, Ty is very much a control freak, to the point that she feels that she can only be with a man that's in prison, because that's the only way she can control them. They can't disappoint her. Okay, she even said it. And then the way she puts up the calendar, she has a list of all the men, a list of their properties that she likes about them. And then eventually they get put on a calendar for her to actually spend time talking to and doing FaceTimes with. Homegirl has it all planned out. Okay, homegirl has it all planned out. I just remembered that I had been meaning to do something. So y'all give me 1 second. Now that I see that my bars are going low, can y'all let me know how this is looking to y'all? Please and thank you. I'm going to see if this is going to work. Okay, and then I can just put the graphics on top if I need to later. Okay. All right. So where was I? Ty. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. My notes are all in the back now. My notes are in the back. Why? Why are you all the way down there? Who put you all the way down there? The fuck? Okay. Sorry, y'all. Talking to myself. Okay. So Ty and Hottie, I told y'all, you know, Hottie's ex keeps calling, trying to meet up with Ty. Ty is having drinks with the homegirls. When she keeps calling, her homegirls say that that's already too much, and they want to hook her up with somebody else that's not in prison. And then she talks about how she loves the dude BB like she loves her kids. And I was like, Ty, what the fuck does that mean? I don't like that. I don't like that, Ty. I have an issue when mothers equate love with some nigga in jail to the love of their children. Like, that just seems problematic to me, but I'm going to let it go. Ty goes on a date with a guy named Angel that her homegirls hooked her up with, right? She sit down at the table. The man had light eyes and a tight shirt on, so I guess she was feeling him. You know, they was feeling each other. And she pulls out three of them damn phones talking about she got to check on the kids and she got to make sure her businesses is all right. And of course, the guy is like, that's a red flag. The fuck you got three phones for, and two of them is flip phones. That don't even seem right. You either sell pussy, drugs, or something is amiss. Okay. So he hasn't been on a date in a year and a half. So I believe that he was a little bit more patient than he otherwise would have been if he had been out here dating. And plus, Ty is beautiful. So it makes it easier for people to forgive her being quirky or acting like an asshole, because she then gets up from the table to go and scream and holler on the phone with this damn girl. And I'm like, who the fuck gets up from a date with a man to go and yell at another bitch on the phone about a nigga that's in jail? Girl, this how you know that this is for TV. This how you know this for TV, because that don't even make sense that you would get up from the table and leave this man so you can go and argue on the phone with a bitch you do not know. That doesn't even make any sense. Then she gonna come back and tell him that the funeral home flooded. Girl, what? He said that was a lie. He knew that was a lie. But they went on with their date. You know, she was doing a lot of touching and he felt like she was doing a bit much, but he also felt like she might have been nervous, so it was fine. You know, when they go back to the car, he kissed all in the mouth, hugged her, grabbed her ass. I was like, oh, I hope he fuck her. Okay, listen. No, when she said she hasn't been on a date with a real man, like, you know, in person in 4 years, I said, girl, please go on a second and third date, wear a condom, and fuck that man. Please. 4 years, my girl. 4 years. I feel like you need to fuck somebody in real life so you will have a better vantage point on how to treat the niggas that you messing with in prison. Okay? Because she's still talking about this intimacy. And it's like you don't allow yourself the intimacy in real life because it makes you uncomfortable. So you come off disingenuous in a way. Okay? But if you would allow intimacy in real life, then you would have closer and better intimacy with people you can actually touch, see, look in the eyes, touch them, you know, smack it, rub it, flip it, all of that. You can't do any of that. There's a lack of intimacy there. Okay. And I feel like the reason why she, you know, does this is because she doesn't want to be disappointed. I think if she falls in love with somebody in her face and they hurt her and she get her, you know, her womb and her vagina all invested, she might go to jail behind, you know, niggas not doing what they supposed to do. Ty gives the vibes like I turn into batshit crazy when you play with my feelings. When you pretend, and then here's the thing though, Ty is the type of woman that dudes will pretend like they all into, and they're not really pretending. She's beautiful. They want to fuck with her. They think she a little crazy, but at the same time, they want to put it, you know, they want to put it on her. They want her to be all on them. So they're gonna lie about how fast they want to move with the relationship, and she gonna be having sex, going on dates, falling in love, and as soon as she ready to take shit to the next level, niggas gonna act like, wait a minute, we weren't trying to do all that. And then she gonna get hurt, and then she gonna, you know, stab all 4 of your fucking tires, wait for you to buy new ones, and then stab those too. Okay. Like she, you know, I just feel like she the type to do a lot to get that shit off her chest. So I would not, angel, be wary, my good man. You know, but she definitely has some issues. But you know, we like Ty. She funny. Anyway, let's move on to the next couple, which I believe is no, is it Santiba and Talsey? Yeah, Santiba and Talsey. Y'all, Santiba decided that she wanted to go and do a noir photo shoot so that she can send some nasty pictures to Talsey, but some nice nasty pictures, not just, you know, pussy pictures like you do regular, right? Not like Instagram DMs or something. Or Snapchat. Y'all know how y'all hoes be with y'all raggedy asses. Anyway, so she gets a call right in the middle of the photo shoot from Talsey saying that he's going to be getting out of jail in about a month, but he's going to a halfway house in Georgia. And she's like, okay, so if I'm supposed to be coming get you from jail and bringing you to the halfway house, why can't I stay in Georgia while you're in the halfway house and we can still spend time together? He doesn't want to do that. He wants her to wait until he's completely off of probation and out of the halfway house before she, you know, I guess comes to wrap that pussy on him. I don't know. But it makes me feel like Talsey has been playing with Santiba this entire time. I think he found a woman who was insecure. He found a woman whose emotions he could play with. And you allowed him to make you feel like, he was really into you. When really we know the only reason he probably was fucking with you is so that you could spend money on his commissary, so that you could, keep him busy while he was in prison being bored. That so that you would, do stuff for him to jack off to. And then on top of that, you worried about him sending these pictures or showing these pictures to his little jailbird mates and shit. Like, Santiba. Like, a part of the working out is supposed to provide clarity. Where's the clarity? I see the weight loss. Where's the clarity, my girl? That's the sad part. Because you lost 90 pounds. You went through this transformation only for you to get your face cracked trying to emotionally depend on a man who you don't even know like that. You should have done that photo shoot for yourself and then sent him a few Polaroids. But you should have done that photo shoot for yourself. Oh, you already know. You already know he probably talking to a few women on them sites. Got her thinking she the only one. And she believing him. Girl, you need to do better because this is just sad. And then she got mad. She was so mad, and then she had to suck it up and continue on with the photo shoot because she'd already paid for it. I said, girl, you made a fool out yourself, and I'm not going to sing the song. But you made a fool of you. Tell me why. I'm not going to do it. All right, so we're moving on. We're moving on to Gabby and Chris, y'all. There's always a mama to let you know, bitch, it ain't what you think it's gonna be. So, y'all, Gabby talks to Chris's mom. And Chris's mom says she found out that he's getting out of prison in 3 weeks. And mama said he's going to be paroled to her house. Gabby says, well, he's not going to do that because if I'm not staying there, then he's not going to stay there. And he's going to tell you that. She's always speaking for Chris as if she knows matter-of-factly what he's going to say about something. But the truth of the matter is, bitch, you don't really know what that man going to say. Okay? Gabby says that, he's not going to be okay with it. He's going to want to stay, with her. So she gets off the phone with her mom, hangs up on her, and calls her a fucking bitch. Her friend was like, girl. I'm like, why your friends seem nice, but you seem terrible? That's how you know them friends look nice, but them friends probably mean too. Y'all a mean girl clique, ain't y'all? And she just the one who don't have no sense. I see. Okay. So then his mom calls again and says not to come to, I guess, where she lives because she was supposed to be meeting with the mom and they were going to go and pick him up from jail. But the mama was like, don't do it because we don't know if he has federal time. And she's confused. Gabby was like, I thought that he didn't have any federal time. So I'm confused now. And now I'm wondering if his mom is lying or not. His mom was like, girl, I got the email to prove that he said for you not to come. Okay, so now she's wondering if he's playing games with her. At first, she was wondering if his mom was lying to keep her from coming there because it seems like the mama don't feel like being bothered. Yeah, you think you somebody, but I'm his mama. We are his family. You some girl he met while he was in jail. The fuck? Okay. And then we know that mama probably feels some type of way about him giving her all of that money from that settlement. People probably over there scratching and surviving good time, struggling for you to end up in jail and then get a settlement of $150,000 and spend most of it on some little bratty ass bitch that you just met. Like, really? If I was his mama, I probably would feel away too. But I wouldn't be calling that bitch to give her no updates. I don't know who the fuck you think I am. I'm not the secretary, sir. If she can't find out, then I guess she can't find out. But the mama calling to give her updates, I feel like was the mama being nicer than she should be to Gabby's disrespectful little cunt ass. Anyway. And I just think it was so funny how Gabby was always speaking for Chris. But then, by the time we get to the end of the episode, homegirl mind is racing, trying to figure out if he playing games with her emotions and if it's all been a lie. I'm like, that's what everybody was trying to tell you from jump, that you didn't know that. So there was no way that you should have been, trying to marry him and doing all of this extra shit when in this moment, you don't know if you can trust him. Hello? That's what they was trying to say. That's what your mama was trying to say. That's what your friends was trying to say. But you don't want to listen to nobody. Then you want to curse people out because they're not saying what you want to hear. But the truth of the matter is they are 100% right because here you are. Here you are right now in this episode, girl. So sad. so sad and so worried and so afraid. And I would feel bad for you, but you're terrible, so I cannot. Okay. So let's move on. Lastly, Max and Sarah. Y'all, little throwaway. Let me just say this about Max. Max, what was the point of getting in shape, doing all this extra shit on your face? Like, what was the point of you looking like an alien? What's the point? What's the point if you're gonna have such low self-esteem that a prison bitch who used to do meth missed your phone call, and so now you in the house sitting on a sofa. I don't know why she's not answering my phone calls. Like what? While simultaneously telling Alyssa, your roommate, and a girl that you're fucking for money, that it's none of her business what's going on. I just feel like he's just such an asshole to Alyssa, who he laying in a bed with. And so in his emotions, back in the 5th grade, feeling like the little boy that nobody picked for softball when it comes to Tara's ass, who's a meth head who was in jail. It don't even make sense, y'all. It don't even make sense. Somebody call me and let me know what they feel, because I feel like it don't make sense. Not only is he unmemorable, I feel like, how many times did you really talk to Tara? Because it seemed like you just wanted to get on this show so that everybody would know about you in Alyssa's OnlyFans. So they would come and see about y'all so y'all can make some extra money. Were you really having relationships with women in prison? Were you really having these deep, profound conversations? Was your heart really in it? Because you acting like a bitch right now. I'm sorry. He absolutely needs therapy. How the fuck you doing all of this bodybuilding, all of these, facial routines and shit? I don't know what's wrong with your eyes. Like, they don't look real. It's just, and that's not a good thing. It's just a lot going on here that shows us you care so much about how you look because you are so insecure about not being picked when you were young. Get the fuck over it. That you will waste your time crying about a bitch in prison instead of going out and being with women who are actually around you. It's just weird. It's weird as fuck. He's weird as fuck. Okay? Listen, I'm going to cover the whole episode, babe. Okay? If they talked about it, I'm going to talk about it too because he looked weird. Okay? But we're going to move on because that was the last. Okay? That was the last of Love During Lockup. And we're about to move on to the next show, which is Growing Up Hip Hop, which I just realized I have to get the new graphic for because it's a new graphic. So y'all do me a favor. Y'all know. All right, just give me a sec, you guys, so that I can fix this little graphic right quick, right fast for you guys, because I wanted the new one because I thought the new one looked cute or whatever. We are also supposed to be getting an interview with Chris soon. So just to let you guys know, the Ooh Ladies First panel will be speaking to Chris soon so that we can get the breakdown of what the hell is going on over there on Growing Up Hip Hop and why she went from being such a likable character on the show to us wondering what is the reason. Okay, because that's how a lot of us are feeling currently. And it, we just want it to stop. We want it to stop. We want the confusion and the foolishness to stop. And I honestly don't feel like this episode made it that much better, to be honest with y'all. Like, I thought Cree was going to come in and clean it all up for us. But that is not what we're getting. It's not what we're getting at all. It's giving, I know I need to make this right because I was tripping, but ultimately I still feel like this is all your fault, Sequoia. And y'all, I'm going to see if I can get away with this. Hold up, y'all, because I want to listen to when Sequoia first came on the show and Sequoia mentioned, Sequoia mentioned the whole situation with Angela and her baby daddy. So give me a second to go to my history so I can pull this up so we can listen to this scene right fast. Okay, hold up.
It's a showcase going on, for upcoming artists. Pep from Salt and Pepper is on.
Can y'all hear that? Let me know.
It's gonna be A&Rs, producers, all type. I'm supposed to be a host, so
Okay.
I just wanted to invite you and see if you was.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think you were right there.
What?
Doing this show.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm coming from Hitmaker. Duh.
All right.
Who's performing?
You know Little Toys?
Okay, hold
Girl
on.
Talk.
Girl talk.
What other artists performing?
I invited Egypt too. Egypt is Pep's daughter.
Okay.
So
We don't care.
Simmons, you know
JoJo Simmons.
Yeah, JoJo put it together and Lil Easy put it together. But what's up with you? Like, yeah, what you got going on? Let's talk about your life, single life, mom life. What's going on with that baby daddy?
That baby daddy's something else, and I'm sick of his. Period. Is Angela gonna be at the showcase?
Yeah, I think everybody's gonna be there. She cool as though. Like Angela's mad cool.
Mm.
She don't do that.
I mean, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I mean, my son's father dated Angela Simmons.
What do you mean?
Like, that's not cool.
Why?
At the time when Angela was dating my son's father, I had just literally had my little guy. And I kind of felt like I definitely still had feelings for him, possibly wanting to have our family together. But at the time, she probably wasn't even thinking about that. It's gonna be some awkward.
Wait, we're gonna leave that in where that's
We're
at.
gonna leave that in the dirt.
I just got out of the doghouse for this whole Egypt whisper down the lane bull. I swear to God, if she doesn't come to this showcase on good graces, I'm gonna snatch her by that little wig.
If Angela doesn't know who Sequoia Winter is, she's definitely gonna find out.
Wow. Okay. So I feel like Sequoia absolutely came in hot. And I just wanted to go back to reiterate that because I thought I was tripping for a while, girl. I was like, didn't she make it seem like she had beef with Angela? Oh, bitch, are we tripping? Because it's been a minute since I watched it. But I had to go look it up on YouTube. And it's like, oh no, girl, you absolutely came in hot. Okay. You absolutely came in it. But I'm going to tell you though, it was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like her, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't given, oh, when I run up, we gonna have up. It wasn't that. And I'm just wondering why Savannah felt the need to even say anything about it. Like, it still goes back to Savannah being messy as fuck because there was no reason to say anything. Grab lipstick on my teeth. There was no reason to say anything. It wasn't that big of a deal. It wasn't that big of a deal. Like, there was no reason for Savannah to go back and make it seem as if the girl said she was going to drag Angela when she saw her. Oh, Lord. So let's get into my notes, y'all. Cree talks to Uncle Luke about blacking out on Sequoia and how she knows that she should not have tried to fight the girl. But she was triggered because of what she's going through with her fertility issues. And girl, listen, when I tell you me and you on the same page, we're going to talk about that. Because I understand where you're coming from with that. I really, really do. How it can be like such a huge stressor. But at the same time, that's nobody else's fault. That's not Sequoia's fault. It's not Sequoia's responsibility to know what's going on in your fertility journey. Okay? So you being triggered, I really want for people to understand a part of being an adult is when somebody triggers you for you not to then respond with a worse reaction. So somebody upsets you and people just say trigger, but really that means somebody piss you off, somebody work on your nerves, somebody make you mad, okay? You take a deep breath and you think about how to handle the situation. You don't just go in hot and try to fight somebody. Okay, you don't try to fight somebody just because they got beef with somebody that you cool with. And the thing that made me mad, another thing that I got tired of hearing is, oh my God, who has beef with Tanise? Who has beef with Tanise? Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Even though in that scene, Sequoia was very much on one, there is something about the way Tanise jumped up to try to prove that she wasn't to be fucked with. And it could be hormones because she was pregnant. But I don't like the fact that everybody took this attitude with Sequoia like you was trying to fight our pregnant family member when first of all she wasn't showing, ain't nobody know she was pregnant, and second of all fucking Tanise can't be that calm and cool if you're pregnant, you lost the baby previously, and you're taking this situation to jump bad. Like, I'm sorry, but like I'm over everybody feeling like just because somebody got into it with Tanise, that means that that person is automatically on bullshit. Like, yes, Sequoia was on bullshit, but Tanise, I feel like, was also on bullshit, and it is not Sequoia's responsibility to keep her baby in mind. I'm just gonna keep saying that because they all kind of go back to, you know, you got into it with Tanise, and Tanise is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Tanise be going off on JoJo. She's not that calm. She's not that calm. She's not that calm. I think she very much gives off the, damsel in distress vibe. She's one of those women. And that's not a bad thing, all the time. But I absolutely feel like I'm tired of everybody taking this tone with Sequoia that she should have cared more about Tanise being pregnant than Tanise caring about being pregnant. Okay? But because I just feel like don't jump bad with somebody on some let's fight shit when you pregnant. If everybody else is so worried about that, you need to be worried about that too. So either way, Cree doesn't want to talk about her fertility issues with her dad, with Uncle Luke, because she got a father, somebody that actually raised her, and then there's the bio dad, which is Uncle Luke. And he hasn't really been there for her like that. We know Uncle Luke doesn't have the emotional capacity to be there for a girl child. Look at him. People that go through life being fucked up and never having to really be held accountable for anything. So in actual relationships with people, yeah, they can be a good person, a nice guy sometimes. But whenever they feel like being an asshole, they're an asshole. And I feel like that might be an attribute that Cree was given by Luke. Okay. But it also bothered me that I'm not going to say it didn't bother me. I understood her not wanting to talk to him about her fertility issues, but I also felt like, how are you going to get any closer to him if you don't have any real conversations with him? But he told her she was wilding and she needed to fix that. And another thing, Cree, you kept mentioning how Sequoia's mouth was like this. And then also mentioning how your mouth was like this. So I'm going to need for us to understand that if your mouth like this and her mouth like this and everybody mouth like this, then ain't nobody really worse than nobody else. Y'all just having, a hyper bitch moment that needs to be on the calm down. Okay. But the idea that we want to hold on to beef, so everybody can prove that they ain't to be fucked with, it's just immature at this point. So I want us to get past this. Okay. Brianna goes to see Sequoia in the studio. She had written her off once again because no one beefs with Tanise. However, she wasn't on that bullshit at Twist Party, so now Brianna's feeling a little different. Savannah is really a messy party in this situation, okay? That's how everybody's starting to feel. And then also, she referred to Cree and Savannah as the Grove Sisters, which I thought was hilarious and fitting, okay? Now Sequoia is acting like, she never made it a big deal that Angela dated her baby daddy. Brianna wants to meet TT. Like Brianna wants her to meet TT. That's the notes. Let's go back for a second. Are we going to perceive the Grove Sisters comment as colorism? Because I don't. Like one is big, one is small. Y'all both was on rah-rah shit trying to bully somebody. Like it was very much fitting. Also, we're going to get to the colorism conversation. But that girl is not that light. And I was just like, Sequoia's not that light. But okay, I get it. Different shades have different, issues in life. I understand that. Okay. But she was acting like she was talking to her old Whitley Gilbert looking ass bitch instead of somebody that was literally 2 shades. You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 shades off of her shade. Like, but okay. I also feel like Sequoia has watched the tape back and decided to be a different person this time around, okay? But then still having to be herself and be like, listen, I'm not on rah-rah, but if you want to be on rah-rah, we can be on rah-rah, okay? But she also realizes that she has to come in and apologize to certain people, i.e. Tanise and Angela, in order for everything to go smoothly with everybody else, okay? That's just how this seems to go. Now, can I tell y'all that TT works on my fucking nerves? The more I watch this show, the more annoyed I get with TT. And I'm really starting to feel like it's because she comes off as elitist. She comes off as, oh my God, I'm self-absorbed. I'm elitist. Yes, I'm in a family of rappers, but I don't really know any of that. But I'm on the show. But I'm still above everyone who I'm on the show with the exception of the Simmonses. But everyone else is just like, that's what it's giving, and I don't like it. I really don't. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels like that about TT. I don't care, but it's just like I don't need any more confessionals. So yeah, y'all. Brianna wants Sequoia to meet up with Vanessa and TT. So maybe if they like her, then everybody else will kind of be a little bit, easier to soften up when it comes to Sequoia. All right. So then we see Eric going to see Sam. Child Samantha is in the gym boxing in his tight little joggers. Okay. Doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, all right, look at you facing jail time. Thug. Okay. Real light. But thug nonetheless. All right. Child. So Eric thinks that he needs to be on the calm down. Okay. Eric sees himself as like, the uncle figure to all the youngins. He's been through everything they've been through. He's Eazy-E's son, and damn it, he has the street credibility. And now because of his, him doing so well with weed, he has the ends to really be the uncle that he wants to be to all of the people that are probably within the same decade of him as far as age. I'm just saying, y'all, it's the way Eric comes off, Same way as I feel like, Eric, why do you still have braids? You know what I'm saying? Like, Eric, what year are you in? Eric and his wife are both very dated. I'm not upset about it, but they're just very dated. And it's like they want to stay in their datedness, but they have money now. So that'll help, but it's still dated. You know what I'm saying? It's just like putting two people from 2000 into 2022. They're going to be okay, but at the same time, it's still not going to look the way it's supposed to look. I'm just saying, Eric is old. He got 6, 7 kids. I know Eric is old, but what him having 6, 7 kids got to do with anything? Because niggas can definitely have 6, 7 kids in their 30s, right? I'm just saying. Isn't Eric in his 30s? I feel like Eric is in his 30s and everybody else should be like into their 20s, into their 30s. But the main cast members should all be in their 30s at this point. Either way, I feel like the braids, I don't know why he's holding on to the braids. That's what I'm saying. 30, he's 37. Nah, he ain't that old. Like, no, like that's still, the nigga act like he the 50-year-old in the group, but no, that's what I thought. He's like actually like 30 something. Yeah, that's what I thought. Anyway, y'all, they still see him as the uncle of the group. And Eric thinks that Sam needs to stop pretending that he's so fucking tough and be on the calm down so that he doesn't get himself in any more trouble, because it's coming off like Sam doesn't regret what he did because, I was doing what I had to do and they was coming up on me and, I had to do what I had to do. And, Egypt didn't have anything to do with it. But, if I have to go to jail and if I'm away from her and my kids, she'll be okay. And my kids will be okay and I'll get out eventually and then I'll be back, But it's almost like he wants to go to jail so he can get some more street cred. It's just very much, yeah, I know it's fucked up, but I'm gonna handle it. I got it. I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very much giving that. And Eric is like, yeah, you feel like that until two big ass niggas bend you over a cot and show you really didn't want this. Okay. And so Eric went to jail for like a year on a traffic stop. Went to jail, went to court for the traffic violation and ended up not coming home for like 9 months. It was terrible. They lied to all of them kids he got and said that he went on tour when really his ass was in jail. And he says the worst part about that was being away from his kids. And I'm like, I don't know if Sam is with his kids enough for that to hurt him. You may be a different type of father, Eric, but we do appreciate you trying to talk some sense into Sam. I honestly think that Sam is scared. I think Sam is very much aware of how bad this can be. I don't think that Sam is as tough as he's pretending to be. I think he is very much scared about how this can work out for him. I am. But I think he's pretending for everybody else that he's not scared, but he's scared. Okay. And so then we see Brianna and TT and Vanessa finally meet up, right? Brianna got her essential oils and shit. We spritzing our faces. We doing like little rich girl self-care shit. Love it. Brianna tells them about Sequoia and how she feels like the situation with Sequoia was a misunderstanding and that if everybody gets to know her, they will see it ain't all of that. So based off of what they have heard about Sequoia, they felt like she came in hot. They have some issues, especially Vanessa, because you messing with my family. So I have some questions, okay? And even though I understand this, it's also kind of low-key annoying for people to act like they're above shit. But then when somebody gets into an altercation with your people, then all of a sudden it's like, well, I need some questions answered. I thought you were above it. I thought you were above it. Why do we even care if we're above it? I'm just saying. Yeah, it's probably just me making an observation, but if there's something about the energy that certain people on growing up hip hop give me, like, yeah, we're here, but we don't really need to be here. It's annoying. And it's this group. Brianna actually does that to me sometimes as well, gets on my nerves with her. I'm drunk. I don't need to be here. I don't even want to be here. Why am I even fucking here? But then you're here every episode. Like, are you bored or not? Do you want to be here or not? Do you hate it or not? Like, it's just very confusing. Everybody gives this attitude like they don't really want to be there, but they asses is there. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just me? Listen, let me tell you something, Nina. Sam might be bisexual, but that does not mean he wants to be ard. Okay. And see, what happens in prison is that it doesn't matter what your sexual preference is. Somebody might still want to take something from you. You know what I'm saying? And nobody wants that, because sex in prison is not about sex. It's about control. Not all the time anyway. You know what I'm saying? If you get you a little boyfriend, then that's different. But the way people like to run up on somebody in jail to make a point, like, that's more so what that's about than it is about sex. It's about making a point. So if Sam thought he was going to go in there acting all tough, somebody was going to make him out to be a bitch, is what I'm saying. And that's just based off of the way he, the way he looks. It doesn't matter. There's gonna be somebody in jail bigger and stronger than you that all your karate kicking ain't gonna be able to do nothing against, especially when it's more than one dude. Okay. There's always some big arm, big ass nigga that's like, oh, he think he a little tough guy. Well, let me break that ass down to size. And the next thing you know, poor Sam is crying out loud for help in the jail cell. It's not what I want to see. It's not what I hope to happen. But I really feel like it's what I see because of the way his attitude comes off. You know what I'm saying? But either way, okay, we're going to just let that go where it's at. Getting back to the girls. When Sequoia comes in with Brianna, TT, and Vanessa, they just basically sit down and have a casual conversation. Sequoia is definitely soft talking the situation. She is definitely way more communicative than she was before. And she does express, like she said before, the Tanise situation she wants to apologize for. And she doesn't really, she doesn't really have an issue with Angela, but Savannah was being messy. And it's like, no, bitch, you was being messy. And Savannah was being messier, but you absolutely had a level of angst towards Angela. Like Angela was supposed to be thinking about your feelings when she was messing around with your baby daddy. So this is what I need for y'all to understand. Yeah, I'm a woman's woman, okay? And I say that in a real way. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman's woman. I'm always try to see the point of view of the woman, okay? But this is what I need for Sequoia and all of the other women like her to understand. You are the only person that is going through what you're going through when you have a baby for a nigga and y'all ain't really together like that. Meaning I know that the hormones are flooding your body. And I mean, the truth of the matter is, like, how could you not feel love or want for someone who you just created a life with? Like, you literally took their sperm inside your body, blended it with your DNA, and started to grow a person. If nothing makes you want to be with somebody more than that, I don't know what else would. So I think hormonally, a lot of women go through that, but it doesn't make it the other woman's fault that the nigga don't want to be with you the way you want to be with him. That he's not going through the same emotions and hormonal, rushes of love from your abdomen and pussy area for the nigga that you just had a baby for. Like, she don't have nothing to do with that. They don't have nothing to do with her. So the fact that you at any point in your lifetime in the past decade felt a way about Angela Simmons dating your baby daddy because you had just had a baby for him and thought y'all might be a family, and she wasn't thinking about that. She wasn't supposed to be thinking about that. She don't know you. If anybody was supposed to be thinking about that, it was your baby daddy. But because that's not the situation that y'all were in, I don't feel like that's something anybody should have been thinking about. Or even if you were thinking about it, that's not supposed to mean that other people outside of yourself are supposed to act accordingly to your thoughts. That's insane, Sequoia. So from now on, I want you to do us a favor, my girl. And if a man don't want to be with you, please accept that as that man's decision and not some woman changing his mind about you, because that's what you felt. And that was probably some hormonal shit. But I'm going to need for you to get out of that in your mind, because this is all season 6. This and the last time we saw Sequoia in them, it's all season 6. So we have all been in the same season with you in a confessional talking about your baby daddy in a way that tells us you still have some type of emotional attachment to that nigga. And so anybody he's with after you, you're going to have a problem with. I seen a girl post about this on social media. I have got to stop being mad at all the women that my baby daddy fuck with. Like, yeah, you do. You do. That's stupid. That's dumb. That's a waste. That's a waste of your energy, my love. It is not the woman's problem or the woman's fault. Everybody knows that. But you know we don't like to hear it from? We don't like to hear it from habitual line steppers like Ariana Curry talking about how wives need to check their husbands. Bitch, we're aware, but everybody can get checked. It's equal opportunity checking, especially for habitual line stepping ass bitches like yourself. I'm sorry I had to go there, but I remember she kept saying that in my head. Went off on a diatribe. Sorry. Anyway, back to it. Vanessa says she'll pass along this message to Tanise and Angela that Sequoia is no longer on bullshit, does not want beef, and would like to apologize to everybody moving forward. TT showed Sean the invitations to their wedding. And he's like, oh, is this what it is? I mean, it's kind of thin, you know, making little snarky comments and shit when he told her he didn't want to be involved in the planning. He just wanted to show up. Now, Tyran comes over. They didn't let him in the house. And he had to pee behind a tree. They talked to him outside on the patio. It's cold outside, but they talking about this wedding and how there are a whole bunch of old people coming to the wedding and they want him to be vaccinated, but he doesn't want to be vaccinated. He said that it's sad that his family is more scared of this disease that could kill them than they are of the vaccine harming Tyran's spirit, because that's what he said. He said, I'm more worried about my spirit. And I was just like, because the vaccine is going to do something to your spirit, my nigga? Like, I don't want to talk about this because I feel like a lot of y'all anti-vax people are coming off like Trumpers in a way, okay? So everybody in the comments was like, she needs to respect his wishes instead of realizing he sounded ridiculous with what he said. Another thing, why couldn't he wear a mask? Am I the only one that was like, so why didn't you come to these people's house with a mask on your face? Because you could have went and used the bathroom inside their house and had a mask on, and then y'all could have went out to the patio and had the conversation. Like, why did he have to pee behind a tree? What the fuck was that? I almost felt like TT was being extra about it, but I also felt like, why is there not a mask involved? We don't want to get shot. Why can't we wear a mask to the wedding? Why can't he just be forced to wear a mask the entire time he's there? I don't understand. And I do understand that they have a baby and all of that. So I just didn't understand why he didn't have a mask. Like, he didn't have a mask, y'all, and I just didn't get it. You coming over to somebody's house, they got a what, less than 1-year-old baby? Why don't you have, because the babies catch it, y'all, and the babies can't get vaccinated and all of that other type of shit. Like, it's a whole situation with the babies. You know what I'm saying? So I was just kind of like, this is just so ridiculous and stupid. And I'm even more tired of people making it so political. And I'm going to just say this, and then I'm not going to talk about this no more in this review, child. But this is what I think. I think everybody has to make a decision for themselves. I think that for some people, the vaccine may not be the most healthiest thing, but that's why you should check with your doctor. You know what I'm saying? That's why you should check with your doctor. All right? But if your primary care physician, who you already receive care from, who already prescribes you medication, tells you that it would be in your best interest, then I don't see why not, especially when the numbers of people, you know, dying without one is higher than the people dying with one because of one. And that's what I want to say. Because everybody act like people are just dropping dead because they go and get the shot. And it's like, I understand that some people feel that way and there are side effects and there's a lot to consider. I absolutely understand that, y'all. Which is why I don't even want to argue with y'all about the vaccine or not. But I also feel like some of the reasons that people talk about sound insane to me. Like Tyran saying he needed to protect his spirit. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, I just don't understand, y'all. I just don't understand why we are taking this to such a like delusional level. Like, it's such a delusional thing to really be out here coming up with all of these crazy ass psychotic reasons for why not to do something that is affecting everybody in this way. And listen, if you don't want to do it and you have real health reasons, because there are people who have lupus, there are people who have other autoimmune deficiency diseases or problems that will make this vaccine not healthy for them. I totally understand that. But the idea that it's going to corrupt your spirit, I'm just kind of like, what the fuck are y'all talking about at this point? What the fuck are y'all talking about at this point? I don't even want to talk to y'all about this shit no more, because some of y'all are not making sense, and I feel like you're not making sense on purpose, because you think if you have some like ridiculous reason, then there's no arguing with it. And really, there is no arguing with it because you sound stupid. Like, I'm not fitting to argue with a lot of y'all about this shit. I'm not. I'm just not. I know what I did for me to feel safe. Okay, I know what I did for me to feel like I could make it through if I got it. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, like, the arguments that some people are having about this shit is just like, man, like, I guess, I guess. And listen, I'm not mad at TT either. I think TT has every right to say, if you're not going to, you know, get the shots, you can't come to my shit, fine. Okay, but stop trying to find ways for him to be there if he doesn't want to be there. Because TT was like, okay, well, you can get tested, but you're going to have to come down a few days before. You have to come down 4 days before, get tested. And then you're going to have to get tested the day before the wedding to make sure that you hadn't contracted it in travel. And he was mad. And I'm like, so what you want them to do? You want them old people to just be like, fuck it. We want to see Tyran even if we die. Like, what are you talking about, Tyran? To me, his reasoning was more irresponsible and crazy to me than TT and Sean feeling like, no, bitch, I didn't ask my whole family to move around, and now you want to make allowances for Tyran's crazy ass. Tyran would just see pictures in the video. We are not arguing about your choices. He is willing to not see his granny if it requires getting back. I'm about to tell you, that shit sounded so messed up to me when he was like, well, I'm sorry that they're more scared, you know, of the media than, you know, than wanting to see me. When he said that, I was just kind of like, okay, because y'all act like the media is an imaginary place. Like, okay, gotcha. I work there. It's not imaginary. The issue is, if you won't give a follow the proper safety measures, get tested. That's all they ask. They say, okay, if you're not, then get the test and wear masks. But you came to them people's house without a mask on. Yo, I can't no more. I can't no more. And you know what? The funny thing is that I feel like in anything, there are variables. There are a lot of people that have caught, you know, the vid and everything, and they didn't get shot, and they were healthy enough for them to fight it off and be fine. Yes. And then there are other people that died. There are other people that almost died. There are people that can't breathe right today. There are people that can't do any of the things they used to do. They have headaches. Like, long COVID is a real thing. And everybody just be out there acting like, child, please. Okay. Like, it's fine. Do what you want. Do what you want. Do what you want. But the mindset that some of y'all have behind it is alarming to me. It's alarming to me, because in the 80s and the 90s, when your parents had to get you vaccinated to go to school, everybody went along with it. Everybody went to school. Everybody was fine. Now we're in 2022 and they have to compound off the flu vaccine with this vaccine. Everybody acting like, no, they just pulled this shit out the atmosphere. I can't trust this. You've been getting flu vaccines this whole time. I can't and I won't. But I just feel like a lot of what people are saying doesn't make sense when they argue against it. If you say, I just don't feel like, you know, it would be the healthiest choice for me, I respect that. You have I respect whatever choice you have at the end of the day. Okay? Because if I have something and I put rules in place and you don't want to come for whatever reason, then that's fine. I ain't tripping. I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to have no conversation out in the cold on the balcony with TT and them about the shit. I'm not doing all of that. Our education service has, yes, our education system has done a disservice to people. A lot of people don't understand basic science. They don't, and they think they're so smart. I'm not pro anything. I'm anti dumb shit. Like, don't call me pro. I'm not pro nothing, y'all. I'm just anti dumb shit. And I feel like a lot of the things that people say be some dumb shit, especially when they take all of the medications that they, you know what I'm saying? Niggas be out here taking all of these different medications anyway, putting other shit in your body, don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just, like, okay. No, it's cool. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be considered pro nobody. I'm all about, like, exactly, logical thinking. Like, that's what I'm on, y'all. So all this other shit, it just sounds nonsensical to me. And that's why I feel like niggas be on bullshit, because it's like y'all not making any sense, and y'all want people to, like, just be like, oh, no, you don't make any sense, and you're endangering grandma. Like, what the fuck? Thank you, Darylyn, for the super chat. People have been going to doctors their whole lives, taking all kinds of medication, but now it's a problem. It's a hive mindset. Yes. It's a very much bandwagon, hotep, I think I'm smart, so I'm going to go along with some dumb shit type of mindset to have. If you can give me a real reason and, like, it makes sense, then I'm good. But all of this other shit y'all be talking about, y'all sound stupid. And I said it and I don't care. So moving on from there, Cree and Sequoia meet up. Sequoia comes in late. Cree says the comment about her not having kids triggered her, and she's not ready to fully have a conversation about that. Sequoia didn't like the comment about her child and how she can't be upset if somebody brings her child up, when she absolutely feels like, I don't think it's okay for anybody to speak on my child, or for them to think it's okay for them to speak on my child. And Cree says that she didn't know what Savannah said about her child. And I'm like, that's the exact reason why you should have sat your ass in your seat, because you didn't know what she said, And then Cree brings up Sequoia saying that they were haters. And I really do feel like she may have heard the Gross Sisters comment, because she says that she felt like it was a colorism thing. And Sequoia had to sit there for a second and take a few deep breaths. And I'm like, Sequoia, have you been going to therapy recently, girl? I don't know, but it's feeling like emotional growth. It was feeling like emotional growth, y'all. She was like, okay, I'm just going to take I just need to breathe for a second. Like, I appreciated that she had to take a moment. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Because it was crazy. They decided eventually to let the situation go. Of course, Sequoia said that, she would never, ever go in on another Black woman, especially when it considers no skin tone shit. Like, that's never how she feels about anything. Sequoia says Savannah lied, and she was more so uncomfortable with the situation with Angela than anything. I feel like Savannah overreacted to, like, she amped it up. Savannah absolutely amped the situation up, in my opinion. She did just say, I don't know if I'll be all right with that, because she usually dating how you have conversations with people you cool with, where you be like, I don't like that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But that don't really mean when you meet her, you gonna want to fight her. Like, you know what I'm saying? That don't mean you really got beef with a bitch. That just means it's like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about her. We shared dick before. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't that deep. And I definitely think Savannah made it deeper than it had to be. Thank you, Kiana, for the super chat. Everyone in school had to have mandatory vaccines with no issue. Shaking my head. Research is great, but don't jump on the bandwagon without facts. And that's what they do, girl. They jump and they have no facts. Okay. I need a tooth implant. A dentist requires since I refuse to go get tested because I ain't had my choice. I don't have to get tested because I also don't have to go to the dentist. It is your choice, but I'm just gonna tell you, when nobody won't fuck with you because your teeth fucked up, then that was also your choice. Because I think dental appointments are important. Okay, I love you, Devin, but nobody wants yuck mouth. All right, let's work on those things. Child, that's too funny. Sequoia and Cree ended up letting the situation go, but I didn't like the fact that Cree felt like she was justified in what she said to Sequoia because Sequoia be talking crazy. Like, no, you be talking crazy too. Okay? No, 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 no. Okay? Your teeth aren't effed up. Okay, but you have to keep those dental appointments, my love. At least once a year, we got to go get these teeth together. Okay? Because you know there are a lot of y'all that don't like to go to the dentist, y'all don't like to go to the doctor, but y'all don't want to wear condoms. Like y'all do a lot of unsafe shit and then don't want nobody to tell y'all, hey nigga, something wrong. Until something's wrong, you know. Until a tooth falls out, until there's a pain, until you know there's something stuck in there you can't get out. I don't know. But all I know is get you a new dentist. My dentist never requires the test to come in. They just be like, we're not gonna catch it because we got on masks and gloves. Come in. I'm just telling you, my dentist office ain't been closed this whole pandemic. Let me tell y'all, like my dentist office has not been closed this whole panorama. Okay, this whole panorama. Right? We all know that. We all know that even if you are, you know, vaccinated, you can still catch it. Getting vaccinated is supposed to stop you from having bad symptoms or being able to give it all to other people as easily. It's just supposed to like help you not be as sick. And I think it has done that. I think it has absolutely done that portion of the work, which is to keep y'all from dying of, you know, the COVID and all of that. I think that's what it was supposed to do. You get sick, you don't get that sick. You get sick, you recover faster. I think that's the point of it. But you know, do what you want to do because y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway, and then y'all gonna yell at me about it like I said something wrong. But yes, y'all, Cree and them let it go. We'll have a conversation with Cree about the situation with Sequoia so we can have some better understanding later on. And lastly, Egypt, Sam, and Pepper are at the house drinking, looking very much problematic. And he's looking at 12 years in jail. Egypt doesn't really know how bad this can be, but you know, she insists she's going to hold him down. And Sam and Pepper talk alone, and Pepper is like, look, nigga, I already went through this in my younger days. I do not want to go through it in my older days. Okay. Sam says, I understand that this is a mistake that I made. I'm willing to take responsibility for it. I want you to just make sure that Egypt doesn't try to wait for me. I want her to go on and live her life. I don't need the guilt of her, you know, stopping her life because she's worrying about me. And I was just like, okay, Sam, okay, that sounded very cute, but is it true? I do not know. Because I almost feel like you already know that Egypt's mind is so gone that it really don't make a difference what her mom says. It doesn't make a difference what you say. She's gonna hold on to you until she decides to make a different decision. And I just think that's because you created this codependent relationship with her, and you swear up and down that it's not that. You know what I'm saying? He swears up and down. Egypt's so strong. Egypt is so smart. She can take care of her own business. Girl, listen, Samantha, that's not what we see. Y'all know I be calling him Samantha because it's funny, right? Like, not because I actually feel like he's feminine. I don't feel like Sam is feminine at all. He's effeminate, but he's not feminine. But the Samantha thing just makes me giggle on the inside. Y'all think it's reverse psychology? It's definitely probably reverse psychology, but I feel like he already have her mind, like just like her mom. It's very much of, I don't want to think for myself, so please come and control me. It's very much giving, I don't want to think for myself. Pepper gives that off to me, and so does Egypt. As much as they want everybody to think they're in control, they actually are looking for somebody to control them because they don't want to have to be in charge of their own shit. Okay, so y'all think it's definitely reverse psychology. I have a lot of y'all that are in the healthcare profession that follow me, and y'all tell me stuff all the time. Plus, I know people in the healthcare profession, and I know because I be down there at the hospital every now and again, so I see how it be in there. Okay, every time somebody cough at the hospital, I was just like, I got a mask on and everything, bitch. I'm worried, I'm nervous. Okay. After that damn Omarion for Christmas, bitch, I'm just like, no, I'm not going nowhere. Leave me alone. It's too much, y'all. That had me out for a whole week and a week or two. How Creed make this dark skin, light skin thing Sequoia? Sequoia not light skin. I know she's not. I know she's not, but I'm sure Cree meant that because she is like one of the darker shades, that because Sequoia is a little lighter than her, she may perceive that she's better than her. And Sequoia was like, no, bitch, I thought you was hating because you was humbuggish, not because you're darker than me. What? And she actually said she thought that Cree was beautiful. She's bad. She's fine. Like everybody thinks that, Cree is bad. So I was just kind of like, yeah, Cree, I don't know what you want right now, sis, but you're doing a lot. It's a lot going on. It does feel like a reach to the sky, and we want you to pull it back. You are reaching. It is yes, it's giving insecurities. It's giving projecting. It's giving deflecting. You know what I'm saying? It's giving a lot. It's giving a lot. But anyway, you guys, I'm already late for the next video, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and come back next live because we finna talk about weekends on girl, and that was a mess, okay? So I'll see y'all in a few.